What up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video, and today we have the Raw After Mania recap and review. And we had an okay show. It wasn't as we expected it. Like most Raw After Manias are absolutely electric with surprise and all that, but we got a pretty okay show. I mean, we got a bunch of answers, a lot of hinting. So overall, it wasn't too bad. So let's get into it. Start off the night with just Oba coming to the ring. The crowd is absolutely electric for Oba. He is so over, obviously, and he just comes to the ring, grabs a mic, and announces that your ruler has arrived, and that's all it needed to be. Crowd ate it up. Everyone ate it up. There's not much you can really say besides that. I mean, it really just goes to prove the point of how big of a star and how electric that Obafemi is. That's all it was, to show that this is the next 20 years right here. This is the future. He is the main event. He's been just skyrocketed to the top. All great things to say about him. That's really it. So hopefully WWE can really put something together for him here in the future, because we know there's only one place he can go, and that's after the World Heavyweight Championship, and that's it. So, great way to start off the show. Got everyone riled up, so let's get into the next thing. Next, we get a match between Rio and the Kabuki Warriors, and this match was really good. Start to finish, the Kabuki Warriors looked quick. They were hard-hitting. They started off just down, kind of just going back and forth. It was a really good match. And again, for the third, fourth week in a row, Io Sky does a suicide dive to the outside of the ring, and this one's the worst of all. She landed on her neck, and that bitch went like 90 degrees. And I don't know what she's doing, or how she's able to be taking these bumps and these nasty falls, but she's doing it. And so they go on. It goes into a riptide and then a over the moonsault, and Rio picks up the win. Good match. And then, of course, everyone after the match is expecting a heel turn, but we just didn't get it from Asuka, or a breakup between Asuka and Kairi Sane. We just didn't get that today. I have no complaints. I really didn't expect a heel turn or them to break up. It was just a good match. We get to a little backstage segment with Penta and Javon. Basically, Javon's just telling Penta that he's coming after that Intercontinental Championship, and then we get the arrival, the debut, the call-up of Ethan Page. And Ethan Page just goes at Javon, and they end up having a match later on in the night. Next, we get a CM Punk segment. He basically comes out to his silent entrance theme again, and then says it's clobbering time, and he comes to the ring. He goes on and he thanks his family. That's everyone, the production team, just everyone in WWE, not just the fans and all that. He goes on and thanks everyone. Thanks the fans for helping him process the grief of losing all those people that he loves so much and that really made him a better person, whatever. And then we get Cody Rhodes comes out, and this turns into kind of another just weird, awkward altercation, kind of a glaze fest, telling each other the top guy. Just another awkward, very weird interaction between the two. But then we get something interesting. We get Cody Rhodes telling CM Punk that he's always open for CM Punk getting a title shot. Now, do I think this is going to happen immediately or in the near future? I do not. I think this is just hinting for something later, way far down the line. I don't think it's coming anywhere near soon. And basically tell him that a title shot's going to drop from the sky. So, again, just a little bit of an awkward segment here, but it's really just that hint to the fans. And the fans, they noticed it when he said that he can get a title shot whenever he wanted. So then we get the Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. And, of course, WWE's favorite thing to do after that brutal ladder match, which was actually pretty brutal. Javon Evans has his ribs all taped up, everything. He's injured, and we get into the match, and this really showcased Ethan Page and his style of wrestling, and he looked vicious, he looked nasty, did a few moves, and ends up with Rusev coming and interfering. Ethan Page picks up the victory here, and then Rusev goes on to attack Javon Evans, Ethan Page gets out of there, and then Penta comes for the save. Ethan Page ends up costing Penta, and Rusev stands victorious. Now, this is another just a simple answer. We got to answer what's going on with the Intercontinental Championship. It's just going to continue feuding with the people that were in the ladder match, and even throwing in maybe a hint of Ethan Page, some new blood, some in the Intercontinental realm here. So again, nothing too crazy, but just another answer to the questions we're getting after Mania. And as for Ethan Page, this is a great call up. I mean, it's long overdue. Ethan Page, if you don't know him, he is absolutely phenomenal. He is a great heel. The work he does everywhere, he's just great. So I'm glad that he's finally on the main roster. And then we get to the best part of the night, in my opinion. We have Liv. She's going through her title celebration, and she gets interrupted by Sol Ruka. They end up having a match, and boy, this match was absolutely amazing. The crowd loved every minute of theirs. They're chanting "Holy shit!" They're chanting "This is awesome," and this is what you missed at WrestleMania. So you give any women, most women on the roster, time and effort, and this is the quality of match that they can put on. And they proved it here on the Raw after Mania with a brand new call up, Sol Ruka, and the champ Liv Morgan. Why couldn't have they done this at WrestleMania with Stephanie and Liv? I don't know. It just blows my mind that how dumb WWE and the decision making can be. And obviously the match is crazy. We get that back handspring backflip over the rope, which takes out Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, and then we get the interference from Zarya while the ref's back is turned, and that helps pick up the victory for Liv Morgan. She hits an Oblivion after Zarya throws her back into the ring. It was great. We get a protected pin here on Sol Ruka, and the champ Liv Morgan wins, and a great match, phenomenal. I was on my feet thoroughly enjoyed this match. And again, after the match, we get another another continuation. We're gonna get. We had a face-to-face between Stephanie Vaquera and Liv Morgan, so I believe they're going to continue that feud, which I am so grateful for. These two women deserve it. They don't deserve what they got at Mania. The company did them so wrong by giving them 6 minutes, whatever they got. So now we will be able to have a properly continue building this feud and then have it really implode at Backlash. And maybe WWE will come to their senses and give them 15 to 18 minute match and really let these two women cook. So overall, we got the answer that we were going to get that feud continuing, and we got the call up of Sol Ruka, which is phenomenal. She is great. So this whole segment was the best part of the night in my opinion. So I give that a thumbs up. And then we get to another more answers here, which we kind of already knew. We had the Vision segment. Paul Heyman comes out. He's crashing out about Brock Lesnar's retirement. Saying that Brock Lesnar is not the now, he's the forever. Great crash out by Paul Heyman. And then we get to Logan Paul takes the mic. He starts a promo. He gets booed out the building by Las Vegas. Then they didn't let him talk. And then we get Braun Breaker gets announced, and he comes to the ring, and he starts cutting a promo saying that he's going to come after Seth Rollins, essentially. And then, boom, Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes in from behind and smacks the hell out of Braun Breaker. And you can see the tip of the chair just hit the back of the head of Braun Breaker, and it busted him wide open. There was blood everywhere, but the Vision get the numbers game. They take out Seth Rollins, and then we get the return of the Street Profits. Again, not the most surprising thing, not the most electric thing ever, or what people expect after Raw after Mania, but it was a good surprise that we have the Street Profits back. They can help boost this tag team division that is just dead in the water. They nothing's going on there. So at least the Profits are back here. Will WWE put the effort into it? I don't know, but at least we have the Profits, even if it's not continuously getting the tag team division all the way up and at the top. At least they're back. I'm glad to see Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins back. But anyways, we go back. Braun Breaker ends up getting the upper hand on Seth Rollins, and hitting him with 2 spears, and it was great. I mean, the accidental blood really sold the whole beatdown of Seth Rollins. It really made Braun Breaker look like a badass and that he was tough. It was great. So obviously another answer that we kind of already knew. We're just going to continue that feud, and finally maybe get the story of the Vision to an end and progress that. And then we get a match between Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Again, not a bad match. They start brawling outside the ring in the crowd before the match starts, and then we get the fans start chanting bobblehead at JD McDonough. I thought that was funny. And then Finn picks up the win with the coup de grace, and then we get Dirty Dom attacks Finn after the match, and Finn ends up getting the upper hand, and JD saves Dom from taking a coup de grace. Again, just another answer that we kind of. This one was a little bit less expected, but we got another answer. They're just going to continue the feud with Finn Balor and the Judgment Day, and hopefully this all is needed is a match between them and for regular Finn Balor to pick up a win against Dirty Dom. They can continue this, let the regular Finn Balor make a comeback, and him pick up a victory before they do anything else with him. It's kind of sad because I want to see Finn Balor go do something else because this feud has kind of really died out in the last few weeks. But obviously, we're just going to get a continuation of this, and then hopefully after that, they can find something for all these superstars to do. Then we get to a little backstage segment with Gunther and LA Knight, both clamoring for the World Heavyweight title. Nothing much. But then we get a cool little segment where Rhea and Io Sky end up splitting ways. I mean, Rhea's going to go to SmackDown. Io's going to stay on Raw. And this could be for the better because maybe WWE could actually use Io Sky. Now that she's not the second fiddle to Rhea Ripley, hopefully WWE can come to their senses, realize what star power they have with Io Sky, and throw her and use her. Not just have her as a world title and then don't use her, or have her be the second fiddle to someone. Just use her all around. I don't care where it is. Make sure this woman wrestles, even though she's gonna kill herself on a suicide dive. Just make sure that she is on WWE TV on a weekly basis because she is so over. She is loved. Yeah. But then we get a cool little segment where Rhea's walking after they go their separate ways. Rhea starts walking and she gets a little run in with Liv Morgan. I thought that was cool. Both women always were fighting out all those years. Were tag team way back when, and then they're both respectively on the top of their own brands. That was just a cool little visual of how far these two have come and that they're both at the tippy top of their divisions. Then we come to the end of the show. It's the Roman Reigns segment. He ends up coming to the ring with the Usos, and essentially he says he misses all this, the Bloodline stuff, and wants them to come back. And so the Usos agree, they oblige, and they end up throwing the ones. But then this is where we get real interesting. Right as they're throwing up the ones, Jacob Fatu's music hits, and this is where I'm starting to get a little bit interested. So Fatu comes to the ring, and he basically just tells Roman straight to his face that he wants everything Roman has. He wants that title, he wants the money, he wants the planes, the Rolexes, the shoes, everything Roman Reigns has. He wants it, and he don't care that he has to take it from him because he wants to do it for his family. I knew that they were going to push Jacob Fatu after this Drew McIntyre feud, but I didn't expect it to be just straight to the top on a Roman Reigns. The only thing I'm concerned about is it's kind of just like a rush feud, a filler feud to do for Jacob Fatu. The only bright side I see was that Roman kind of threw out a deal where because Fatu challenged him at Backlash, that if Fatu wins, he's obviously going to get the world title and all that. But if he doesn't, he has to acknowledge him. So does that mean that if Fatu loses, that he has to kind of join the Bloodline and make that reunite? So either way, I'm really intrigued to see where this goes, because obviously this is going to lead to some sort of type of Bloodline storyline of them reuniting, or it's really going to lead to that gigantic main event push for Jacob Fatu and that clash with Roman. But from the beginning of the show, I mean, like I said, the main event scene is clogged. There is a lot of people that the fans would love to see. Obviously, Jacob Fatu being up in there, but then you have the ever-looming presence of Oba Femi. But overall, I'm excited to see where this goes and if WWE brings that Bloodline back. And it's something that WWE can use for months and months and months. The Bloodline is something WWE can have build so much off of and create so much buzz around, especially with Roman now being here, what seems to be full-time, as what he said in the WrestleMania post-show, and this week they say he's going to be on next week because he wants to answer from Fatu. So my guess was going to be Jacob's going to really double down on his challenge for Backlash, and we're going to start building for that match then. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. So overall, the show wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't the most electrifying Raw after Mania, but overall, it gave us the answers that we all needed and that we all wanted. It didn't really leave us wondering with too much of what's WWE's plans going forward. And after all the weekend, after a decent night too, I didn't have my hopes up for this episode of Raw, and I'm glad I didn't because I feel like I'd be let down. But since I really didn't care, it was all right. We got answers, which is just what I wanted. So, thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep making these videos, being consistent, and I will see y'all next time.